Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin'? So for today's video, I'm gonna be doing a review, first impressions, and wear test on a new e.l.f. product that just hit the market. I know I just did a review on their new e.l.f. primer, but they recently also released a new $5 concealer, which everyone on the internet has been raving about. You know, people are saying that this is like a $5 dupe for Shape Tape, which that got my attention. So today I'm gonna be doing a review and wear test on that new e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealers. I'm gonna be reviewing and comparing them to Shape Tape, which I have one of right here, and I can give you guys a tea, let you know if it actually is a dupe like people claim it is, that you know whether or not it's worth your coin. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers to this channel. Thank you for clicking that subscribe button and being here. If you're new to this channel and you haven't already, just go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all my new content, and go ahead and click the bell button so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. With that being said, let's get into it. I already went ahead and did my base off camera. I already did primer, foundation, and brows. I just went ahead and primed with my Tatcha Silk Canvas. I went ahead with my Marc Jacobs 24 Hour Shameless Youth Foundation because I wanted something a little bit more lightweight coverage wise so that my acne and stuff and dark circles and things like that still peek through a little bit, so I could give this, you know, like a more in-depth review and put it to the test and see if it actually does its job. And then for the brows, I just used my Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 5 and laid them hoes with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. So just a little bit off the bat. So a Tarte Shape Tape is going to run you about $27 and you get 0.33 ounces of product in here. This comes in 30 shades. The e.l.f. Camo Concealer costs $5, comes with 0.2 ounces of product, and comes in 18 shades. You might have better luck with Shape Tape finding your exact match in your concealer shade, but even if you have to buy 2 concealers in the e.l.f. concealer to find your exact match, you're still paying a third the price that you would for just one Shape Tape versus 2 Camo Concealers. If this is a dupe, this is a really good deal. In addition, both these products are cruelty-free and vegan. The e.l.f. concealer formula seems pretty bare. It just seems to be like, you know, functional, does the job. It's a concealer and nothing more. The Tarte Shape Tape, in addition to, you know, the makeup ingredients, also contains shea butter, mango seed butter, and licorice extract. So the shea butter and the mango seed butter just provide a little bit of moisturization, and the licorice extract just helps to brighten discolorations and dark spots. So, you know, a little makeup and skincare combined in there. So I guess let's go ahead and apply them. So first I'm gonna swatch the Shape Tape because I gotta see which one is the best shade. So here's what the Shape Tape is looking like. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these two e.l.f. concealers. My Tarte concealer is in the shade Medium Sand, just for reference, and in the e.l.f. concealers I picked up Medium Buff and Medium Peach. They actually didn't have Medium Sand, which is one of the shades that they released, and I was kind of hoping they would because I want to see if the Medium Sand from this formula is anything like the Medium Sand from the Tarte Shape Tape formula, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, I have them swatched here now. So again, this is the Shape Tape and this is in the shade Medium Sand. This is the Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, and then this is in the shade Medium Peach. I think that the Medium Beige is going to be the closest match. This is a little bit more warm tone, this is a little bit more cool tone, a little bit more peachy colored, but it's not too far off. I don't think it's gonna be too bad of a match, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that one. I'm gonna go ahead and do this side of my face, the e.l.f., and this side of my face, the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm gonna do just a little bit on the under eye, just from initial application before I even blend it out. This is feeling really creamy and really nice, sitting really well on the skin. So I'm gonna take a clean side of my beauty blender and go ahead and just buff that all into the under eye area. Once I buff that into the area, it is nice and brightened up. Everything is looking nice and glowy and healthy. It just feels nice and put. I don't know how to describe it, but I just kind of feel like it's not gonna move. Like I can just feel it like gripping to my skin, but not in like a bad way. It's not tightening or drying. I can feel the product sitting nice on top of my skin. It's not creasing or anything. It's not too heavy. It's not cakey, but it does give you that nice full coverage effect. My dark circles are pretty much neutralized completely. I'm excited to see how this wears throughout the day. Honestly, I have a good feeling about this. I'm gonna go ahead and do my Shape Tape on the other side. So as you can see, this one's a little bit lighter, a little bit more warm tone. The shade is not gonna be an exact match probably, unfortunately for me, because I have work today. So hopefully no one calls me out. And again, just taking a clean corner and buffing that in. I'm gonna get closer just so you guys can see what's going on here. So as you can see, here's my under eye area. Our dark circles are nice and covered up. As you can see, there's a little bit of shade difference. This side is obviously a little bit more golden tone. This is a little bit more, you know, like peachy. I wouldn't say necessarily cool tone, but it's a little bit more neutral, peachy toned versus this is definitely gold tone. But as far as the coverage, these are doing pretty much the exact same job. Honestly, if anything, I feel like the e.l.f. is doing slightly more coverage wise for me than the Tarte Shape Tape is. Neither of these formulas is creasing right now. They're just sitting nicely on top of the eye. They blended in really smoothly, both of them. I would say so far, the e.l.f. is shaping up to be a pretty good dupe for the Tarte Tarte Shape Tape. So that's how it's performing on the under eyes. I want to see how it performs on blemishes too. So for my blemishes, I'm actually just going to use the Hour Camo Concealer as my main concealer. I'm not even going to test it against the Shape Tape. Step 1, don't apply too much. I know some people conceal their nose because they have redness issues. I don't. But just to test the creasing power and all that, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal in there too. I don't want this to sit on my face too long because I don't know how quickly this dries, if it blends well. So, taking my Morphe M173 brush and just buffing that all in. Honestly, this concealer is very full coverage, even just this little bit. I try my best to use a light hand and not apply too much product, but it's really hard. So I'm just gonna buff them in with my beauty blender because that always seems to do the trick. So that is it all blended in. Honestly, this is a really nice full coverage concealer. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything in the parts where I applied it, and it covered everything up really nicely. It did a nice job of covering up my under eyes, and as well did a really good job of covering up all the discoloration I have going on right now, which is actually quite a lot for me. I don't want to set this with powder or anything because I want to just put this to the test. I do want to go ahead and use a setting spray though, just to kind of have everything melt together, make it look a little bit more natural. So I'm just going to use this Supergoop Defense Refresh Setting Mist SPF 50. I don't know if alcohol is on the ingredient list, but she burns just a little bit. But you know what they say, beauty is pain, so gotta suck it up. Oh, okay. I actually love how that finished, wow, okay. So it is currently 1 p.m. I'm about to head out the door and start my day, run my errands and all that. So I'm gonna definitely check with you guys later tonight, see how it's going after a couple hours in. Hey y'all, I just wanna do a check-in before I go into work. It's currently 2:27, so I've only been wearing it for a little bit over an hour now, but here's what it's looking like so far. Again, remember there's no setting powder, nothing to set this, just a setting spray. It's holding up pretty well. It's creasing just a little bit, and this one prominent under eye crease that I have right here, but that happens with every concealer I have if I don't set it with a powder. As you can see, it did it with the Tarte Shape Tape too, so I can't dock any points for that. Besides that one single wrinkle, there's no creasing here in my under eye area at all. It hasn't really creased at all in my nose area, and it's staying pretty well on the breakouts where I applied it, which is also a major problem I tend to have. Concealers tend to cake up and show texture on breakouts for me, but so far this isn't doing that. So going on about an hour and a half's worth of wear, this gets my check of approval, but I'm gonna check in with you guys later tonight after I'm done work and everything, just to give you the final impressions and let you know what I think after it's worn, you know, a full day's worth. I'm gonna go ahead and tap this out because I don't want to be walking around like that. I'm gonna head out, but I'll check in with you guys later. Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin'? I'm back. It's been like a long, short day, you know what I mean? It hasn't really been that long of a day, but it's hit me like it's been a long day, you know what I'm saying? We're back to do our final check-in. It's currently 8:53 p.m. We've been wearing this for about 8 hours now in total, and this is what we're looking like. So let me scoot in so y'all can get a closer look and see what's going on here. So again, remember this is the Tarte side and this is the e.l.f. side. So first, let's look at the under eye. So as you can see, I have this one really prominent crease on both eyes, and it did crease up a little bit in that area, but that happens with me with all concealers. It doesn't matter what type it is. If I don't set it with setting powder, that happens to me. Concealers and whatnot tend to settle in there fairly easily. It's kind of unavoidable if I don't use powder, so I can't really penalize it for that. But as for the rest of the area, it didn't really crease up in any of these little fine lines I tend to have right there. Same with the Shape Tape, so it performed very similarly there as well. It's just looking nice and smooth. It's giving me the same coverage that it gave me when I first applied it. Let me look in the mirror so I can get a better look. So as for the nose, in the immediate crease in my nose, it did bunch up a little bit and crease up a little bit, but as for the rest of the area of the nose that I blended out, it didn't crease at all, not even here in my smile lines. That's where I tend to have creasing from concealers, and even my foundation to a degree is right in here in my smile lines. When I do like this, you see what I'm saying? I'll get creases there and stuff like that, but this didn't crease at all in that area, just in the immediate, you know, creased area right in here where the nose connects to my face. And as for the coverage over my breakouts, it did kind of come off on this breakout here a little bit, but that's an active breakout and it got a little worse today, so that doesn't really bother me. You know, the skin underneath shifted, so I don't really expect it to have the same coverage and to stick on as well. It didn't cake up at all in these areas where I applied it here. It didn't cake up on my forehead at all. It held up really well. I'm really impressed with this concealer. So for $5, I would definitely say that this is a Shape Tape dupe. Even though Shape Tape comes in 30 shades versus this one coming in 18 shades, even if you have to buy 2 shades to get your perfect match, you're still paying almost a third less than you would pay for a full size of a Shape Tape. So I would definitely recommend, if you're in the market for a new concealer, if you've heard the hype about this and you want to check it out, or or you heard the hype about Shape Tape but you don't have the coins for it, or you know, you've been looking for a good Shape Tape dupe so you don't have to spend the coin, I'm here to let you know that y'all should go pick this up, try it out. So yeah, that's the end of my video. That's the end of my review. If y'all like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and click the bell button so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Leave a comment below letting me know what you liked about this video and what you disliked. Let me know what kind of videos y'all want to see in the future, and I'll be sure to film them at some point. And with that being said, I'll be back with a new video shortly. Bye.